Hi, I'm George. In this video, I'm just going to take you through all of my A-level work. I used to watch these kind of videos all the time, and I just finished my A-level 3 years ago, so not recent whatsoever. But yeah, I just wanted to add to that library. And yeah, so keep in mind my A-levels were done while and affected by the pandemic, which all happened at the end of first year and a lot of the way through the start of second year. So they were marked a bit differently. Um, but yeah, just keep that in mind. So yeah, let's go on with it. Yes, this first project was called Series. And yeah, we just sort of started by making mind maps. That was something that we carried on through GCSE. And yeah, we're gonna sort of go quite quickly through the first two sketchbooks, just because my work wasn't great. But yeah, you can see just looking at different artists that I was sort of interested in at the time, and with a loose focus on the idea of intimacy. Um, but yeah, again, I didn't really super know what was going on here. But yeah, just sort of trying to get good at drawing really, and just sort of work that into work the practice of getting better at drawing into the subject matter of series, which I just basically used as an excuse to just draw my friends, which was obviously quite easy to photograph and get subjects for. um yeah, that was, I haven't got a better picture of that painting. But yeah, that wasn't great. Yeah, just looking at anatomy, and again just sort of trying to get better at drawing people. Then yeah, I was quite critical of my work and did a lot of analysis of it. And then yeah, past here is just some extra stuff that I did sort of after and coming back to the project, just to try and sort of make my sketchbook look better, really. And then yeah, I did enter a little competition for a university that I wanted to go to and did end up going to. But yeah, like the thing didn't go anywhere, but yeah, it was just nice to have that in the sketchbook as a record of art that I'd done at the time. And yeah, this was just some work that I did that yeah, wasn't in the books. Yeah, some charcoal works and paintings, and yeah, these were quite bigger. And so this is sort of, I think, definitely for me where more of the marks would have come in. Yeah, just bring up the work. Yeah, this one I'm still actually really happy with. And yes, this second project was our mock exam for that first year. It's called Structure. And yeah, this is when COVID kicked in, so it was sort of, it becomes quite rushed towards the end. But yeah, just sort of, yeah, looking at initial responses. Yeah, again, just sort of, I remember I didn't really know where I wanted to go with this project, and so it's a lot of just really looking around at loads of different things, starting with looking at Picasso and doing a somewhat inspired painting. That's something. Um, yeah, and then we had an art trip to, I think it was Oxford with the Ashmolean, and that was cool. And yeah, just again looking at more artists, looking around, just sort of trying to get ideas of where I wanted to go with the project. Um, yeah, I didn't really have a clear idea. So again, I think yeah, I sort of looked at faces and sort of, it was this loose idea that faces are this sort of innate human thing that we recognise in everything. Then you're going back to the Picasso thing with the lino print. We had a cool printing press at school. But yeah, again, just looking at sort of more surreal things. That was a Angel's Egg movie, and again, going back to the structure of the face, looking at my friend who just bruised up their face and literally just painting that. Because our work was also, we were encouraged to be quite technical, and so it was practicing those sort of skills. And then again, yeah, looking around at surrealism and just trying to get a grips with some of the ideas, both in sort of an art history way and as a visual language as well. And then yeah, just doing lots of sketches for what the sort of the final exam piece would be. I'm really trying to experiment with it, and then crack down on one idea. So that is the final piece. But again, yeah, this was completely during COVID, so I'd have liked to sort of do more work, a lot more outside of the book work, if I'd had the proper time. And yeah, all of that hadn't happened. Yeah, that was another bit part of that project that was just worked on. But yeah, this was our second year exam. So yeah, again, just sort of a more loose mind map, but yeah, just looking at lots of different things. A statement of intent was part of the exam. Yeah, just trying to get lots of inspiration from different things. So yeah, doing lots of studies of artwork and from life. And then yeah, I remember it was a lot of sort of trying to let the ideas take you where you wanted to take you, to make that not sound horribly cringy. But yeah, just sort of looking at what you're interested in. And so yeah, anthropology, no, anthropomorphism. And then yeah, that sort of took me to this idea of death, and yeah, just looking at graveyards again, trying to do studies from life, coming up with composition from those ideas, and again, past things I'd looked at, sort of bring it together. Yeah, this is a painting. I haven't got a proper picture of it, but it's not great, hasn't maybe aged too well. But yeah, that sort of then led me more directly to the idea of death and looking at ukiyo-e art. And again, I quite liked using the lino print, so it's coming up with a good idea for this. So then taking more sketches and properly refining that idea. And then once I'd done it, sort of getting the most out of that as I could. So doing lots of prints, using it in different ways. Different color paper, painting it out, all that kind of thing. And again, being quite critical of my own work and just really analysing what went well, what went wrong. So not only for the marks kind of thing, but also really helped me to actually look at where I was going wrong and where I wanted to improve. Um, again, what went well and sort of being able to hone in on that in sort of just a self-motivational way. Then just making sketches for a final piece, lots of different compositional ideas. Probably sketching out, explaining all of my ideas as well. And then there it is. Um, there's a proper picture of it. It's just a big oil pastel. Again, maybe hasn't aged greatly, but it was just sort of that experimentation and really looking around at all the different options. So this was the critical study. This is, for me, this was absolutely my favourite project. This was the essay which I did on how the artist John William Waterhouse, who's one of the pre-Raphaelites, uses his paintings to sort of tell a story and use the idea of narrative. I sort of wish I'd done a more exciting front cover, but I don't think it doesn't really matter too much. It's just sort of for me. This was all out of book work. I didn't really have a sketchbook for this. So a lot of drawings, lots of studies of other stuff, and this was all sort of led to one final piece that was your own. But it was a lot of studies that were used as references in the essay. And so apart from that first one, these are all John William Waterhouse's work, which is one of the pre-Raphaelites. I really enjoyed this just because of sort of the idea of storytelling, and I don't really, I didn't really know what. I don't think I super knew what I was doing. I felt maybe I did at the time. It's just really looking at what you enjoyed and what kind of art I enjoyed doing. And then this was my final piece. I was really proud of this. I'm redoing the face probably 100 times. This is really large. I spent a lot of time on this. I was really proud of it. So my sort of unwarranted advice would be, I know, sort of really experiment with stuff that you're interested in and remembering to sort of tie it back to the stuff that, the core stuff that the projects are centered around and what you're meant to look at. A lot of erming and ahhing, that's not great. Sort of doing what you're interested in, tying it back, being critical of your own work, really sort of honing in on what makes your work good and where you can improve, and really showing a development and showing that you know why you're doing what you're doing, I think is the key thing. Thanks for watching. I hope you got something out of this. Good luck.